Stu here with Raid. I want to go over some of the top things I think that need to be included in the game, and I'm sure they will be included. This is a big game. It's very popular. There is a lot of new things being added right now. It's only going to get better. And over time, you know they're going to have to add all these new improvements and quality of life to the game. I don't have any inside information at all about what's going to happen, but I can tell you this. They are going to eventually have to include all this stuff in here. So let's go over what I wish was in right now and what I know will eventually be coming. I'm sure it will. So for the tavern, we need more champion space. Right now, we're doing faction wars. We have five for each faction that we need out in our roster right now. We don't want to put it in the vault, take it back out. So we need more roster space, not just in the vault, but also for our normal storage right here. So we need at least 100 more added to that. And we need at least 100 more added to the vault, because there's a lot of people out there that are already maxed out with space wise. They don't have a lot of room to be able to do anything else like level their champions, make food, to rank up. So they need that space. There are a lot of whales out there that I've seen and played their accounts myself that just have an ungodly amount of champions, and they need the space for it. Plus, we're keeping at least one copy of everything for fusions coming out and whatever else balancing, right? So we need the space. Also in here, I'm glad that I can click on this and see a little bit of the gear. I can see the skills. I can't click on the skills, and I can see masteries, but I can't really get into the detail of the masteries. That's good, but we need a sort option here as well. I need a way to sort through here to make sure, because it's only done by level right now. So if I had this relic keeper and then I put this other relic keeper and made him level 40, they wouldn't be near each other. So if I want to know if I have additional copies of some of these champions, I don't know why I have, oh, these are my food. Okay, then I need a sort option in here, and I'm sure that's going to be worked on. So that is what I would love to have for additional space and sort options for our vault. So now let's go on to another thing that I've seen a lot, that whenever I go into battle, this makes me so mad whenever I can't find a champion of mine. And I'm sure it's happened to you guys. Let me know in the comments below about, does this happen to you, and does this just infuriate you and make you so angry? Okay, so say you're here and you're wanting to try out a new champion, or you're making your own team and you can't find your, you can't find your champion. Look down here. I've got, if this was done, or if this had a sort feature here, I could put it by level. By level makes sense, because if I know I have a low level Golden Reaper here, I can find her because she's level 17. I can scroll down to ones I'm leveling up that are lower down here. But right now, look, even further down here, I have a level 60 here. Why is she way down here in the back? It is so hard for me to find champions sometimes, because I'm sitting here going back and forth, left and right, looking. Look, I got a level 1 right here, a 4-star level 1. Why is he just there randomly in the middle? So, long story short, because sometimes I can't find my champion, we need a way to sort. We need a way to sort here. We might as well do it by, just give us the regular drop downs that we already have. Do it by level would be nice. Do it by faction would be nice. Do it by affinity would be really cool. That way, if I know I'm looking for a void, I can do it by affinity and go to it very, very quickly and easily. So now that I forgot what team I had here, I'm going to have to look back through it, and it might be a pain. Okay, so in the tavern, when we're doing food, when we're leveling food, we need another way to be able to hit upgrade level, and to go through here and do it another way, so that it's much easier and more intuitive, that lets us know that, hey, if I use this guy for food, if I use this for food, it doesn't reset all the way back up to the top, and I have to scroll back down again. Also, I would love to see an option where, if we're going to rank up, right here, rank up, if we're going to rank up somebody, let us have the ability to rank up additional people. Say I have these 2 stars and they're maxed out. Let me click 3 of these 2 stars, 4 of these 2 stars, and then they make little population of them right here, their portraits, and then underneath that it has 2 little boxes where each of those I can put 2 champions in each, 2 stars for each of them because they're maxed out, and then I can just hit upgrade and it will do all of them at one time. Or even when I'm leveling up a champion to upgrade level, let me put in more than 6. We can get other little boxes in here. We have more space on the screen. We could definitely include more space in here to do more brews, to do more of these champions, to make it faster, basically, to make it easier for us and more of a quality of life, so we don't spend as much time in here leveling up this champions. I'm sure they're working on a way to overhaul the tavern to make it much better for us to be able to do these champions and to be able to level up. I think that would be a tremendous upgrade to the game. I'd really love that. Okay, now this is a big one about sorting your artifacts and equipping your champions with different gear and seeing different gear that's already on your champions, especially now that we have the relic keeps, right? The crypts, the faction wars. Now that we have faction wars, I have now 5 of each faction, which is gear I've thrown on them to get through it, right? So I've tried to put decent gear on it, but sometimes maybe I put on better pieces of gear than I should have, because now it's going to be really hard for me to go back and find them and then try to really tune. If I need to make some champions really strong, I'm going to have to go back and look through everything. What we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Summoner's Wars to look at what they have for this really quick. So Summoner's Wars is like the leader in turn-based gacha games that deal with equipment like we do here. So yeah, we are a gacha game. There are a lot of gacha games out there, and a lot of them kind of operate a little differently. But the ones that focus on equipment, that's how your champions get stronger. That's how you progress in the game. It's all about equipment. Even though you have good champions, legendary champions, you still can't roll those legendary champions with crappy equipment. You have to have good equipment or you're going to die. It's all about equipment and managing your equipment. So Summoner's Wars has a very good way. Here's my account on Summoner's Wars. Has an extremely intuitive and fast, nice way to look at your, we'll call them, they're artifacts here, but we'll call them, they're runes here, but we'll call them artifacts. We'll keep with the raid theme so we understand what's going on here. So say I pick Chao here. So here he is. We can see his information here. Now, if I want to go to his artifacts, these are artifacts, his slots of artifacts, we'll call it, they are here. Now, if we want to hit manage, we can hit manage. And then if I wanted to put a different artifact on him, on this slot, I could just unselect all of these, put it here, and I could go for a substat of speed and crit. Say I wanted to look through speed and crit. Now I can select whether I wanted to show me champions that have it already equipped or not equipped. So then I can sort it that way. I want to see all of them. So I want to see everything I have in my inventory whatsoever for this slot, and I want to see the best one with speed and crit. So then I can go with priority as substat, and this one right here on my Bernard will be the one that I have the most speed with and crit right there, 22.5. Then I can go to this one next to it, and I've got 21.5. I go over here, I've got 19.14. So that slot 1, that will show me. Now, if I wanted to equip it over here, I could do a temporary equip just to show it, and then I can see my stats on it. So right now, if I want to take it from this champion, I can hit temporarily engrave. So now it's over here. So we've got 2 ones. This is what's currently equipped, and this is what will be equipped. And here's the difference. So it's showing me if I equip this one, if I apply it and take it from that champion and apply it to this champion. So then I can get an idea. And if you have a new champion that's not even geared, say, yes, we want to leave. So say we have a champion that has no gear on it. Let's find one. Here's something down here. So say we want to manage this and do a champion that has no gear on it. And I want to make this champion the strongest champion I can. And I want to go through it. So I'm going to go over here and I want to do violent runes, which gives us extra turns. They're just like our runes that we have for, I can't remember, the ones that we have for the tournament. So I want speed. This is the slot that we have speed on, just like we have boot speed. So I'm going to put speed, and then I want crit with it. So I want crit. So I'm going to go ahead. This one gives me 42 speed and gives me 11 crit. So I'm going to temporarily engrave that here. I know it's on one of my champions. If I wanted to see what wasn't on one of my champions, I could say view equipped runes off, and now this one I know isn't equipped to anybody, and I could hit temporarily engrave there too. So I can temporarily engrave. Let's go through here and do with champions anything I want to. So speed is the only main stat on that, so we're going to hit all, and I could go through here and temporarily engrave. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm just clicking it just so we can get an idea of what we're looking at. And we will have what my champion would be with all these on there. So even if I did ones that weren't already equipped, this is what my champion would look like. This is what she would be. Now she's only a level 30. She's really low. It's like equipping one of our low 2 stars or 3 stars with something, but you can see what it would apply on here. Then if you wanted to rearrange another one, you could do the same thing. So it's a very good system. It's very nice. It's the same thing. It's the same thing we have also with our new glyphs that we have. We have our new glyph system, so we could come in here. We could go to Wusa, and we could look at his stuff, right? And we could look at this rune here, and we could also look at things that we have right now for our glyphs. Like this one right here will give you plus 4 to 7% to a substat, just like we do exactly the same thing as glyphs right now. Remember, Summoner's Wars is the leader that led all this for so many years turn-based gacha games that are exactly like Raid that we play. So it's a fair bet that everything that we see in Raid will be driven a little bit from Summoners Wars, just like every other game out there. Epic 7, it doesn't matter what it is. They're all the same. Might and Magic, Elemental Guardian, Loon, Overhit, all the ones you might be playing right now that have a gear system. If they eventually add stuff, it's going to be based off of Summoners Wars because they were just the leader of ideas and innovation in this type of game. So look at this system. If we had this in Raid, it would be amazing. And we're going to have to. We're going to have something like this so we can look through here, so we can manage it. So we go over here to it, and we go to a manage me system, and we get to see everything there is. We get to search for it because I have just too many champions right now with gear all over the place. Let's go back over so we can look at the actual game that we're playing. I have too many champions with gear just all over the place, and I don't know what to do with it. I did Dark Aethel for a review. I knew I wouldn't use her after that. I only 6-starred her for that review just so we could see how she works, so I could show you all how she works so you know if you want to level her up or not and use her for something. But now I need to take this gear off. And I don't necessarily want to keep it as this set. Who knows? But the thing is, if I want to be able to sort it and I want to be able to see what else anybody else has, there's no way to do it. You would have to open up Excels and write down what artifacts you have and what accessories you have. Just way too much stuff. So we need that system. We need that system in place soon. And I'm sure it's going to come. I have faith that they will do that because, first off, because Summoners Wars does it. A lot of other games do it as well, and this is a huge title game, so you know they're going to have to do this, especially with all the increased stuff that we've had come in. So I look forward to it so much. The day this comes will be one of my happiest days in Raid Shadow Legends, so I cannot wait for that. Okay, now one of the last things I'd like to go over, which is more my personal preference for Clan Boss and PvP, but then also a shop, which is totally different, and that's not my personal preference. That's something that should be included in the game, which I'm very confident that it will be included in the game because we need a way to get books. We need a set way to get books. There isn't a good way to get books in this game right here. Tomes, as you see them, to skill up your epics, to skill up your legendaries. Some of them take a crazy amount, 17, 18 epic books to skill out a champion. Now, you can't afford to take that risk to skill out somebody that you're not sure about, that you don't know about, and it might not be that good. You just can't do it because we do not get books in this game very much. We get a very random way to get books in the clan boss battles and in the arena shop, right, for our gifts. So everything we get here as a gift is completely random. We never know what we're going to get in these boxes, and it's just not, for me, it's not good for the game. We need a set way to do it. We need a way to get points in a clan boss, have a clan boss shop, and for sure we need a way to in the arena, because eventually you're going to max out the Great Hall. Even if you don't max out the Great Hall, you still need a way to weekly, because all other games that I've played that are like this, Might and Magic, Elemental Garden, Epic 7, Summoners Wars, name them, Elune, anything else that comes out, even though some of those other games are a little bit different variation, Marvel Strike Force, they don't really use skill ups like this, but still they have very comparable stuff in their shops. It's all the same. Each week we at least have a way to get an epic or a legendary book, your pick, whatever you save up and do, but it should be weekly. We should be able to get one, if not one of those and a rare book, by just having points in a PvP shop, which is pretty standard. So I have a good feeling that it's definitely going to come, and we'll take a look over here. We'll go back to Summoners Wars and take a look at theirs that they have for their shop, if I can remember how to do everything in here. Let's see here, battle. This isn't exactly the right way to go here, but here's the shop. So each week in Summoners Wars, all you have to do is a little bit of PvP. You don't even have to do a tremendous amount of PvP, and you'll be able to get 180 of these tokens to be able to get this Devilmon, which it upgrades skills. It upgrades all skills, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, legendaries. It doesn't matter. It will upgrade all of them. So we need a way to get this, because like I said, all the games out there have it. It's a very good system to have. That way you give players the ability to play your game, enjoy your game, save up something, and work toward it. So you can save up and work toward scrolls, just like we'd be able to save up and work toward artifacts. You can do all this stuff each week, because they reset each week, and it's really good for the community. It's really good for the player base. It's good to have things like these goals for them to achieve, work toward, and to be able to know that, hey, I'm going to be able to, I just spent money, I just got a champion, and now I'm going to be able to, over time, be able to lower the skill cooldowns, So Summoners Wars also has the same exact system that we have in PvP for us. So all these things that you upgrade, which took me in Summoners Wars about a year to upgrade, give you increased HP, increased, am I even on the right part? I'm not. So they give you all the different stats that go throughout the game. So on this one, I have maxed out to +10, and it gives me +20% attack. It gives me +20% HP. It is the exact same system as we have in Raid Shadow Legends. So like I said before, they are the leader in this. They've brought all this to all these games out there that you see. It's a fantastic system. So I know we're going to get the other things that I already mentioned in-game eventually. There's no way around it. They will eventually bring this stuff to the game because we have to have it. It makes sense. It makes total sense. So that's really all I've got. Thank you. Let me go back to Raid so we're not stuck on Summoners Wars. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait for this stuff to be added to the game. It will make all our lives so much better. It will give us things. It'll make it so we don't have to waste so much time on doing, you know, remedial things in the game. And then the gear swap, the gear system will make it so we can actually have a lot more fun with being able to, you know, minimize and maximize our champions, get them ready for clan boss, get them ready for faction war teams, and be able to manage our gear, you know, appropriately, because there's just too much gear out there. There's too much gear for all my champions right now to handle. I can't handle it. I need an assistant to handle all my gear for my Raid Shadow Legends champions, because I don't know where stuff's at. It's all over the place. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know your comments. You know, let me know what you think about all these improvements. Do you really feel that they're coming? Because I can assure you they will eventually come. They have to come. It's just the way the games are. They just have to improve that way. It needs to be better for us in these kind of aspects. So I know what will happen. Let me know your comments below, and I will see you all on the next video.